Well, hello and welcome back to Gmodism. We're here for another beautiful Gimle battle, and today we're going to face the Hexadecapod. Gmodism. Alright, so the Hexadecapod is this beautiful little creation here. And it uses, it's an octagonal shape, but hexadesa. I don't exactly know why it's called, what it's called, but it doesn't matter. It's a beautiful Hexadecapod. You can see it is only 63,000 blocks, so it's not as bulky as usual, but it is going 91 meters per second, which is pretty fast for a size like this. It's built by our plate glass armor, and we can check inside of here, and we can see it has so good EMP protection there, but they are a little bit unprotected. They're just inside some rubber, so I can see that some frag could damage this, but I don't know. This may have some evasion. I have absolutely no idea. In any case, this looks like a pack, but it is in fact just some detection. So what do we have for main guns? We do have crams, of course. Well, it's gonna be very interesting to see this perform in battle. Here we are inside of the battle. It is about to start, and this is the proper colors of plate glass armor's Hexadecapod. By the way, plate glass armor is a cadet in the army of Gmodism, which means that plate glass armor is on our Patreon. So thanks a lot for supporting us, plate glass armor, or very, what should we say? We highly appreciate your service to the army of Gmodism, cadet. In any case, we shall now start the battle. Now it gets this horrible color scheme I gave it. Well, alright, we're going fast here, and these are a lot of crams. Here we can see we got fragmentations. Oh, bam! That's a good penetration. Alright. And the laser is engaging. Look at that. The Hexadecapod is trying to flank the Gimle, but it decides to run away instead. What is happening? We have a swarm of crams incoming, and the diff flags have no chance taking most of them out. They will go through, and the Gimle is down to 96%. The Gimle is really trying to get to the right side of the Hexadecapod, but Cadet Plate Glass Armor has certainly submitted quite a powerful design. However, I do really feel it should absolutely have had, that fantastic passive evasion that, for example, the Broadsword, Project Broadsword had, because that's amazing. If it had that, it would absolutely avoid a lot more shots, but perhaps it can be a little bit hard because it is snaking from side to side. Yeah, maybe just up and down is the only way to be real safe. Here you can see the Gimle has disabled one of the turrets, but the Hexadecapod is still in the lead when we are speaking about materials. Looks like the laser is targeting some hot blocks. I wonder if we have some decoys in the back here. Not sure. Oh. Here we can see some shots blowing up. Oh, look at that. The Hexadecapod is getting to the wrong side of the Gimle. For me, the right side for the Hexadecapod, because she would like to absolutely sink the Gimle very much. Here you can see the lambs are engaging this cram shell and making it not active. Alright, so when we are at this side, we can see most of the guns do have some trouble targeting. And I do really want to see, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Can do like this. No. Here we go. I just want to see what the Arqueballista Invictus does to a design like this. Do you? Oh, look at that. Oh man. Oh no. Wow. And this is where it ended. Are you absolutely joking me? Look at that. That's some serious damage. It looked like it would have taken out this material box, but it seems it didn't. I don't really understand how this damage works, because it looks like... Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. It looked like it went through a lot of things, but then they are alive still. That's weird. But pretty cool. Alright. I do think that the Arqueballista Invictuses are a little bit dangerous for the Hexadecapod, because they can obviously hurt some very important system cadet plate glass armor put inside of there. Because we do not have much interior armor, we are relying on the exterior shell of the armor. I always advocate to have some interior armor, even if it's just wood, because it can stop the spread of explosive and light frags. Right, look at that. Now the Hexadecapod has the chance of turning this battle around, because we are now at the Gimle's weak side, which is basically a thin layer of papier-mâché. Oh darn, look at that poor crime cannon getting shredded. Oh no, our auxiliary AI. Oh yeah. And our main AI is definitely in the danger zone. Look at that, we lost a big crime cannon. The Gimle has no shields on this side of it. If I was breadboard smart, I would absolutely have set up something that would just switch the shields to the other side whenever we are facing the wrong way. The Gimle is trying to go backwards to get to the right side. And I do think it will, but I do not think it will be the help of the Gimle. No, indeed. The Gimle is down to 77%. The AI is damaged. No, the opening here is yeah. For the extra part of maneuver and stuff, it's a bit damaged. Right. Let's follow here to our shield disruptor shell and see here. I don't even think that the Hexadecapod uses shields. Haven't seen that so far, at least. Perhaps it has some type of ring shield? Like, you can't have both, but I would absolutely recommend anyone to have either ring shields or planar shields. Generally, planar shields had some good pros, but, well... I think that they are quite equal now, that the planar shields don't protect as much from lasers and stuff. Alright, look at that. Gimle's down to 74%, which probably means a loss, but now the Hexadecapod, she's at Gimle's good side, the strong side. Yeah, we have some good penetrative crams with lots of fragmentations. Whoops. We just paused. Oh, look at that. That's our anti... Yeah, here we have the frag. It has some explosives as well. Damn. Looks like explosive and frag. Alright. Ooh. Getting some pretty nice explosions there. Well, the battle kind of slowed down a little bit. I do think that's because both of the targets are damaged. As we can see, we have some big holes inside of here. Wait a second. This is just... That's so much. That's so much. Alright, we have big hash protection for this AI core. Wow, that's really good protection side to side. And we have big... Yeah, that is excellently EMP insulated. I do feel that plate glass armor probably had some horrible deaths thanks to, or I mean, to blame for over EMP. So I think plate glass armor is doing an excellent job of EMP insulating stuff very well. A lot of people skip that entirely, and that's why the Gimle has a small percentage of EMP damage inside its crams, in case somebody just skipped over EMP insulation, and well, that has led to the Gimle. I don't think it has led to the Gimle AI killing anything, but it has led to the Gimle disabling people's detection and disabling turrets. I think it disabled the RAG's turrets with EMP. Just that slight EMP from the crams. Good stuff. Some people want to skip EMP and they don't think it's fair or good or something, but EMP is useless if somebody insulates against it. So I feel that EMP is just another minigame, and if you don't like that minigame, it can be understandable that you would like to remove it, but I think it's a fun minigame. EMP, insulating stuff, that's good. So for me, EMP is a keep. Before I thought EMP, armor-piercing EMP was very scary, and that's when we had the broadsword. The broadsword got AI killed so many times because it didn't have a good EMP protection. It used some stone only for the EMP, I think. It didn't use rubber. And before, I think you could use stone. That's what I learned. So I did that and I failed. And now I always use rubber to insulate AIs. Well, the Gimle has obviously lost the first round, but I do feel that the Gimle has the capacity to win. Even so, because we can see that these cram penetrate, and if they are hitting, well, they have a good chance of dealing some insane damage. But not this time. The Gimle is below. It's despawning. The Gimle is despawning. So, let's move over to the second round. Alright, so let's start the second battle. We're gonna hang out with the Gimle here a little bit just to see how it tries to use its defenses here. Looks like the Gimle got a pretty good hit at the Hexadecapod for the first volley. Here we can see it tries to take out those crams, but it can take out like one of them. Yeah, damn, the pack is gone at the first volley. The Gimle got a good first shot, but the Hexadecapod got an even better first shot. That's very, very good for it. Now the color scheme changed to whatever I said. Alright, I set it up to look very different from the Gimle. Because the default color scheme is no, I don't know. I think the default custom faction ones are a little bit boring, so I wanted to set up this one. It's sad that you can't export and import color schemes easily, that you have to set them up manually. But if you want a proper AOG color scheme, I have a little quick video tutorial on how to set that up. If you want to show all the Army of Gmodism's things in the proper colors, you can add that as a custom color. You have to set it up manually in custom battles, but in building, a single player, whatever it's called, designer mode, you can save them. Look at that. It kind of has some kind of, I think it has some kind of unintentional passive evasion by just doing some different moves. Bam, we had a pretty big explosion. let us follow them here. Whoa. Bam! We're gonna start fires here, aren't we? No? And now the Hexadecapod is moving to the Gimle's weaker side. Look at that. It looks like the Hexadecapod is... Oh, it lost a turret. It looks like it's not trying to have any kind of anti-munition systems. As we have seen shots incoming here, it does nothing to engage them, uses no deflags, no lamps or nothing. So we're just opting for not getting hit by being very, very quick and moving in a zigzaggy way, just because of the nature of this ship, I believe. I do not see a particular sine wave or anything like that. Well, but it does clearly do a good job at avoiding. Right, so now the weather changes. Whoa, what is the Hexadecapod doing here? She's still. What? Is she just maneuvering? Or does she have trouble of moving due to the waves? Ooh, that's a nasty... No, that's just armor, no problem. Okay, so it looks like the Hexadecapod only works best on the best possible weathers. It seems that the high waves make some of the jet engines slow down, and makes that the azipods kinda don't get enough water for traction. So it's moving a little bit still here. That's very interesting. Alright. Is this an Arquebalista Invictus shell? No, that is not. This is a Vigoletta Marksman shell. Alright. We're going to fly over with these crams to the Gimle and see what's happening over here. Thanks to the very bad weather, the Gimle now has much better ways of maneuvering. And some people may say that I should turn off the weather. I heard that before, that we should have the same weather all the time, and you know, same time, same weather, like that. But I do feel that the weather changes and nighttime changes do add a little bit of nice randomness, because if it's only the best weather, ships that are designed to only work in the best weather are always going to work perfectly, whereas bulky ships that are water displacement vessels will do a better job whenever there are high waves, because they will move more predictably. So I do feel that I have a reason for having the potential for bad weather on, because then it means that at times, you know, we can see how the ships actually work, actually act in the real environment. Gimle loses turrets. This one is obviously disabled. What happened here? Oh man, look at that. It has been the AI controller has been mechanically removed, and I do I do believe we had a backup on it, but it obviously got killed too. Right. The Gimle is at 79%, and the Hexadecapod is also at the same level. That's very interesting. And one thing I do just remembered here, I just added a third way to support the channel. I fixed it up and added it in a proper way. You can now support the channel using a service called Fourth Wall. It looks like it's just gmodism.com, but we're using it via that service. And there you can support the Gmodism channel the most simple way with least transfer fee. A lot of people don't have or don't want to get Patreon, and some people think that YouTube the YouTube support system they don't like it. So I added this third way. There is basically no benefits on it except some thank you messages / videos. I can send that for anyone that buys anything on that site. It's pretty cool. But in any case, we can offer merge discounts because it's via the merge provider, so that's cool, and it has so little transfer fee. So if you just want to support the channel but don't need any rewards necessarily, or not very many, the least amount of rewards, but having the most amount not disappearing in transfer fees, well, then we have the Fourth Wall as an option. I can put it in the description. We're calling it the Government of Gmodism, or the Ministry of Public Broadcasting in the Government of Gmodism. So I guess we are. I guess we will be we'll be calling it the Government or the Ministry simply. I want to have fun themes. We have the Ecclesiarchy on YouTube membership, and we have Army of Gmodism on Patreon. So I think it's fun. Now it really looks like we're really struggling here with this weather. Man, I almost feel a little bit bad for the Hexadecapod because it feels like it's losing its mind a little bit over these waves. It's just standing there. The Gimle is 1% behind the Hexadecapod in health, but the Gimle has been known to perform excellently still at under 80%. So this, by now, we're just having some type of luck fight where the ship that has the best luck in cram hits will win. Now that was a pretty nasty hit. That was so close to some vital systems there. All right. I wanna see if the Arqueballista Invictus will fire here. Maybe it won't. Well, now the weather changed. That's highly interesting. We're gonna fly over here using this cram shell. I just love gliding with crams, which I'm sure you have noticed. And this means that the Hexadecapod is back in its best scenario. So now we can see it has the lead, and will it keep the lead due to better weather? This is gonna be very interesting because now the Hexadecapod has the ability to outrun the Gimle's turning abilities. Alright. But since they're both a little bit damaged, the battle has slowed down a little bit in intensity. That happens, you know. Well, yeah, so we're probably firing pretty damaged cram shells at each other, and this particular battle can be anyone's win, seriously. I'm a little bit sad that I think the Arqueballista Invictus may be disabled. I haven't seen one of those shot coming in lately, which I would have loved to see, of course. But 66% versus 70%. The Gimle has fewer cram cannons, and those are particularly damaged. So I do think that the plate glass armor's Hexadecapod has a better chance here. So let's see. Will our cadet succeed in winning this battle? Very nice. 65 versus 70. Like, this cram cannon is just being completely out of the game. That is... And the laser seems to be completely offline as well. Look at that, we actually lost this turret entirely. Doesn't change much because it was dead weight, of course. But still, it's a big percentage drop when we lose one of our main gun turrets. Right. And we're we're definitely like leaking here. Steam and stuff. Alright. 69 versus 59. I do think that the Hexadecapod is going to win this. Look at that. That was a pretty close battle. And I do feel that's a lot thanks to the bad weather. Look at this thing. I do suspect that the complementary AI compartment is damaged. Yeah, probably. Because it looks like the ability to control what depth we're floating at is offline. Well. Or our engines are just damaged enough. That can also be the case. Alright. Why is the Hexadecapod not firing? Now we are firing. 59 versus 69. Of course there is a slight chance that the Gimle would win this anyways, but it's not very likely. By this point we can see that it's not very likely. We're lagging a bit over there though. Oh. And now we're having this swarming coming here. The anti-munition systems desperately trying to shoot them down. But no cigar indeed. Well, very interesting. Now the Hexadecapod is starting to even go to the Gimle's weak side soon. But I don't think it will get there. I think the Gimle will despawn before that happens. So, Cadet Plate Glass Armor, that's a highly impressive ship. It's very quick, it's very maneuverable, and it relies on some pretty good cram. I think it will be interesting to pitch that against some of the other winners. Yeah. Very nice indeed. I do think that both of these battles were pretty close, and I do definitely think that the Gimle has the ability to win this battle. I do absolutely think that. But I do think that if we run a third battle, the Gimle could win. Doesn't matter. I feel we're up in half an hour, so it will be it will suffice with 2 battles this time for this best of 3, because the Hexadecapod just won both of them, so it doesn't matter anyways. But when we have a little bit of shorter battles, when like the video is a little bit short, I do feel that that's the point, for me personally, and I think that's the point where we should use the third battle. Because if the battle is too short, people will know which one is the winner from just looking at like the length of the video. And if the length of the video is always kind of 15 to 50 minutes, you know, not like maybe 20 to 50 minutes, you're never sure on which it's gonna be that's winning. Yeah, but in any case, I think that is I think that's that. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, and do check out our new Ministry of Broadcasting in the Government of Gmodism support option in the description. If you want to help this channel out, you can do that there. Otherwise, join below or check out our Patreon. This is your host, Gmodism, and we are officially signing out.